Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Zach Young, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, we're joined by Will Reis, a UGC content creator who specializes in helping brands scale through authentic and engaging ads. With a strong presence on social media and a focus on user-generated content, Will empowers companies to connect with their audiences in a compelling way that drives growth. Will, a very warm welcome to Founders Future.
Yes, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Let's just dive right into it. I do like to start from the beginning a little bit. Walk us through what were you doing before UGC and what really drove you to get it started?
Yeah, so I graduated college in 2017 from the University of New Hampshire. From there, I moved to NYC and I was personal training and modeling. So that's where my content creation kind of journey started. And then I ended up moving home for a little bit, living with my parents for a little bit. And then I was 30, living with my parents. That's not the ideal situation. Some would say maybe like rock bottom, like moving back with your parents, but ended up getting into sales, high ticket sales. And I hired a bunch of mentors in the high ticket sales space, in the info product space, and then started working for various coaching programs that you'd see on like Instagram. Like I worked for a dating coach, a drop shipping coach, helping people create drop shipping store or Shopify stores. And then my last one was V-Shred, which is a big fitness coaching brand, coaching program. And then I don't know, I didn't really connect well with sitting in my desk and glued to my chair all day on sales calls. So I just had a calling, I had an urge to do something else. So I ended up quitting that. And then I really dove into, I just went headfirst into UGC this past summer.
Tremendous, tremendous. The high ticket space, it's a funny space, right? It's really the Wild West. I don't blame you. Being on Zoom calls for 9 hours a day, it gets
Yeah,
old.
yeah,
So
got old. It definitely got old.
I don't blame you at all. UGC, I feel like it's probably like a post-COVID thing, I would guess, when it
Yeah.
started to really take off. Walk us through, how did you just even get your foot in the door? And then what are you doing now? How do you work with these brands and how do they find you? All that good stuff.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So it's funny, the mentor that I hired in sales in January of 2024, I met another closer, another sales rep that joined the program as well. And we just became friends and we just I've never even met him in person, which is crazy. Like I've never even met my friend that now I call a friend in person. But we just stayed in touch, we connected, and we just really bonded over sales and personal development and like talking about business and the businesses that we wanted to start. And after I quit sales, so I quit my last sales job this past January. Okay, quit the sales job this past January, and then I was lost. I was like, wow, I spent all this money on sales. Like I spent like 25 grand on sales mentors to learn this skill and have this be like my career. And then I just had a change of heart and I was lost for a little bit. I was like, damn, like I spent all this money and now I don't really know what to do. And I ended up burning like 15K on my credit card. It just caught up to me. And I was like, it was June and I had just been spending and not even on really anything. Just like I didn't have a job. So I was just like buying food and filling my apartment. Like I moved into a new place. I moved to California this past year. So just racked up some debt. And then I was like, damn, like now I need to get a job. And I got this job at it's called Assurian. It was like selling phone insurance to Verizon and AT&T customers, and it was a driving job. And as soon as I got that job, I went from being a remote worker to like in the trenches, 9 to 5 driving job, like a job that you'd get like right after college. And I was like, wow, like this is not it. I need to get out of this job ASAP. My friend that I met back in that sales community was like, yo, you should do UGC. You've done modeling, you've done content creation, you should just do it. Just do it. I just didn't really research it that much. So, like I knew about it a little bit, but I just went head first and I was like, I'm all in. I started it July 16th. Started it July 16th, and in 62 days, I quit my 9 to 5, and now I'm full time.
Wow, you replaced your 9 to 5 income in 3 months, less than 3 months?
62 days.
62 days, barely over 2 months. That's tremendous.
Yeah.
Absolutely tremendous. I don't want you to share all the secret sauce. I'm sure there's some great secrets you have. How did you do it that quickly?
So I think the biggest thing was the first mentor that I hired was in 2019. 2019, Vince Del Monte, he scaled fitness businesses. So when I was at Equinox in New York, I was working as a Equinox fitness personal trainer and then a Wilhelmina model on the side. I wanted modeling to be the like full-time thing, but it wasn't what was happening because it just didn't work out that way. So personal training was my full-time thing. And I just was like, oh, like I'm trading my time for money. There's got to be a better way. So like 2019, I was legit going month to month on my rent. Like I could barely live in NYC, like going month to paycheck. And I was like, something needs to change. Like modeling's not popping off. Like this personal training thing's not popping off. And I think I saw an ad on probably Instagram, scale your start a fitness business, scale, make 10K a month. And that was my first mentor that I bought. I bought it on credit, my credit card. I only had a credit line of 2000 at the time, like crazy. But I legit only had 2000 credit line. I spent all of it on a credit line. Didn't tell anyone about it because my parents were like, "No, you like." I think I mentioned to them. They were like, "No, you cannot do that." I did it anyways. From I think it was September until December, I was in that mentorship. Okay, in that mentorship, it was on Zoom. I did not raise my hand. I did not ask one question the entire like 3 months in that Zoom program. Like I was so scared in these Zoom calls, like so shy, wouldn't even ask a question. Like he even went through various topics and stuff, but there was like a period of, guys, ask me questions. Like you paid this money. Let's do a role play. Let's do this. Let's do that. And I like didn't raise my hand once. I did not even speak once. So going through that whole experience, and then I ended up launching my business in 2020, January 1st, 2020, and I got like 20 I got no I got 12 clients right away, but it was low ticket, so it was 250 for 90 days. So the first month I was like balling. I was like, damn, I made like my first like online money. And then from there, it's like, damn, like now I don't have money. Like the month two was like, oh wow, like now I need to get more clients. And then COVID happened, and then COVID happened, and I legit got just scared from doing the coaching. Like I was scared doing the coaching calls with my clients and stuff. And once COVID happened, I was like, hey guys, sorry, COVID happened. The gyms are closed. Like, good luck with the program. Like, I just ditched them all. And then I moved home with my parents and I just moved on. And then I tried again. Okay, so then I tried again. So that was my first failure. I tried again in 2022. I paid Rudy Mayer, which was Vince Del Monte's friend. He like planted the seed in my head. He was like, "This guy's the ads guy. You gotta know this guy." So I saw an ad of him on Instagram when I was in New York, and I just didn't even think about it. I just paid him 20. I got on a sales call and paid him 20,000 to scale my fitness business again. And I was like, okay, I'm doing it. I'm doing it this time. And I ended up going to Clearwater for a mastermind and stuff. And it was around all like entrepreneurs making like million, like 100K a month, like all that. So I was like, around that. I was like, damn, like this is possible. And then again, I tried to launch, got on 5 or 6 sales calls, Didn't close one person, then I just quit. So then fast track all the way until I move home from New York and I'm living with my parents. Then I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I see an ad online about make 10K a month with high ticket sales, and it was Dan Locke. Do you know Dan Locke?
I do not know Dan Locke.
Okay, so like in the high ticket sales space, Dan Locke, I think he was a scammer. I think it came out that he was a scammer, but like in the high ticket sales world, like he like gives like these like shallow concepts. There's nothing to them. It seems like that's what I got out of it, but I paid 7 grand without even thinking about it and just did it. And I was like, okay, I'm doing high ticket sales. And I did that for a month. And then I realized it wasn't like no one was making money in his program that I was around. I was like, I need to be around people that are actually making money. So then I saw another one, like the next month, I saw another one for 3 grand. I joined this one at 3 grand. Okay. It was called Closer Cartel. And I was around, I'm 31 or I'm 30. I was 30 at the time. So I'm around the whole community is all these 18, 19, 20, 21-year olds. Like this is like a new business idea. It's a coin when it first started. No one really knew about it. Like I'm just around all these young kids that know about it. No one my age knows about high ticket sales. So like I'm in this community and I'm like, wow, this is dope. People are actually making money. Okay. And then this is where it got a little crazy. So the head coach, I was like, I wonder how the head coach, because he went from like making like he was a setter, and then he went from making 6K a month to 30K a month to 50K a month in high ticket sales. And I was like, I wonder like who he learned from. So then I figured out who he learned from. So I was like, I'm not going to learn from him. I'm going to learn from the source, how he got to where he was. So that was the Irish guy. It was the objection box. So this was a $16,000 program. And I just was like so locked in with my belief, like it's going to work out, that I just ate the charge and just did it. And then I did that for, so then I did that for up until last August. Yeah, not this past August, 2 Augusts ago. And I was on that V-Shred offer. And I was like taking all these sales calls and stuff. I was like, oh, this isn't really it. So then that's when I quit in the new year, this past January. And then I'm like, "Oh, what am I doing?" So to get to your question, I know this is a long question, but to get to your question, the reason why I feel like I've been able to do it so fast is because has failed so many times with these programs that I know what it takes to be successful, and you have to go all in. Like I went all in 62 days. Now it's how many days has it been? It's I think it's like 80 it's close to 75 days now of me doing this every single day since I started. Like while working a 9 to 5. Like you have to, in order for you to, what I've learned, in order, the ones that are successful are the ones that do what other people aren't going to do. Take off all your weekends. Say goodbye to all your friends. Just do the business. Go in the trenches. Because if I can
Mhm.
do it in 62 days, like anyone can. Like, but you have to lock in.
There it is. In the trenches where the best things happen. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us
Yeah.
a little bit about the companies that you're working with. Was there a specific niche you work with? Walk us through that cool kind of process.
Yeah. So my buddy from the sales community got me into this program, or it showed me this program, and I joined the program and I learned from these coaches and stuff in this UGC program. So I've learned like really what to do, but I'm I don't really have one niche that I go after. I send a bunch of pretty much what I do is I have a portfolio, I have a website with all my work. I have an intro video, I have all UGC examples and UGC ads brands that I've worked with. And I think what has really worked for me is pitching. Like I just pitch a ton of brands. Like I
Hmm.
pitch 50 brands a week.
Okay. That's just over Instagram DM.
Email.
Email. Okay. Okay. Walk us through the scope of these companies. Are these kind of just like e-commerce businesses? Are they brick and mortar?
Yeah, so they're all over. I'm doing AI, like I'm over here pitching AI companies, and I'm over here pitching pest control companies or We're talking like a lamp, like this alarm clock that I have over here is like a brand that I worked for. Sweatshirt companies, like apps, just all over the
Hmm.
place.
Just a little bit of everything. Which one is your favorite to work with? I know it hasn't been that long, but so far, what's your favorite kind of niche to work with?
Yeah. Favorite niche. It's funny because I was like, I've always been an athlete and stuff, and like I always thought that maybe the like athletic brands would be a favorite. And I do like doing them, but I think I enjoy like more tech stuff. I enjoy like I did a music app that used AI to track your like heart rate and would based on your heart rate it would change the song like that that was really fun to do. I thought that was really cool and that was really exciting. I still have fun doing like the like I'm an athlete, I love fitness. Like I thought that would be like I'd more enjoy doing those videos, but I honestly like really enjoy doing like
Tech stuff. There you go. Okay. I know you're new in the game, but where do you think the future of UGC is
yeah, I'm
going? Do you
new.
think it's
I'm
around for the
definitely
long
new.
term? Things like that. What's your long-term future with UGC, would you
100
say?
100%. Yeah. So I'm like working with a lot of like big guys in the space and what I've been hearing from them is like the influencer marketing isn't a lot of brands are losing money from influencer using like influencers because they're just losing trust like with all these crypto scams and stuff and you even see it with the bigger creators like they're all starting to just create their own brand because they're not making the money with other brands and I think there's a huge drive, like a huge push for micro creators, like just user generated creators. And what I've heard is that's what people trust. They want to hear about a product from just like a not a famous person, just like an everyday human being.
Hmm. Okay. So the future of UGC is bright from everything you're hearing.
Oh, it's bright. It's definitely bright. Yeah, get in.
Sweet.
I tell you, if you listen to this right now, get in now.
It is the time. It is the time. I love it. Tremendous. Think about you specifically, you and your UGC content. Do you have any goals that you've set for yourself? And like I said, I know you're super early in this, but do you have any goals you've set for yourself for the next 1 to 2 years? Could be amount of brands that you work with, could be a certain amount of revenue that you hit. Anything that you're shooting for next year?
Yeah, so like I think the biggest thing that I have changed when starting this business versus all the other businesses that I've started is that I've really dissected my why and like why I'm doing this first before I even yes, I have revenue goals, but really having a why. Like why am I actually doing this? So for me, I'm doing this for my future family, for my future kids,
Hmm.
right? So that's like why that's pushing me to go further because when I was doing the high ticket sales, I was like, I just want to make 10K a month. And then once I made 10K a month, I was like, all right. So
What
like,
next?
yeah, what next? But revenue goals, I really think for me, like I want a consistent, because I'll be honest, when I was like in New York, I was making like near the end, I was making like 5,000 a month and 5,000 a month. Hey, like no haters. Like 5,000 a month is can be chill. Can be chill. As long as you don't live above your means. But I think like a consistent like 15 to 20K a month would be like my goal. The
It's a
next
great
like
goal.
two.
Great goal. Wonderful. Greatly appreciate you having being on with us. Where can the listeners find you? Where can they connect with you?
Yeah, 100%. So TikTok, William Channing, Instagram, William Channing Reis, Reis. My ex, UGC Will did. YouTube, I think it's William Reis. Is there anything else? Is it Threads
That's how
maybe?
you
William
go
Channing
ahead.
Reis?
There you go. You heard it here. Be sure to follow Will on all those social medias. Make sure you follow up with him and his UGC. And like he said, if you're interested in it, now is the time to get in. Will, thank you so much for your time. Greatly appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Zach. This was super fun, and I really liked talking about my goals. This is the first podcast I've ever been on, so appreciate you.
I, absolutely. You did great. Well, that will wrap up another inspiring episode of the Founders Future. To our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to catch up with Will on all his social media that he just listed. And if you are a business owner, specifically a coach, consultant, or agency owner, and you're looking to scale your business and you really want to enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to hop on a call with our team and discover how we went from 0 to 30 million per year in less than 3 years. Until then, keep on climbing.